Frank, what does an organization do when they're faced with change? Do they lean on their leaders to be even more effective?
That's a great question, Aaron. Let me give you an example. I once had a C-suite executive. She came to me because she was faced with implementing a new business strategy. And the company was going through significant change. And they were focused on innovation and growth. So I asked her a question. It's right around what you just said. Do you think your leadership team is ready to lead their group to realize and achieve the new strategy? You know what she answered? She said, well, we've done a lot of strategic conversations. We've done some offsite team building. And as far as I'm concerned, we're stuck. And I'm not sure we're going to rise to the challenge.
You know, Frank, her response is interesting because just considering it, we know that she had a responsibility, right? She felt that responsibility to equip herself and her leaders with behaviors to deliver and really make this a reality for them.
You know, Diana, it's interesting because it was really good. You know what she said? She said she had gotten a recommendation to consider an outside coach to help give an external perspective. And she also believed in her leaders and they had the potential if they got the right kind of help.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Frank, that brings up a good point. If they get the right kind of help, and we know that coaching means something different to different people. Our experience, right, Frank, has been in the world of seeing that. And so now thinking about how we work with people with stakeholder-centered coaching, the leaders need to have really three things to keep in mind. And one is definitely the courage to be able to seek help and to have feedback and feed forward from others. Also, humility is a big one too, making sure that they really will be ready to improve, to have that humility that says, I'm ready to improve. And then the other area that we have to look at is discipline, because this is hard and it takes time and it takes practice. And so making sure that they stick with the action plan and moving forward with that action plan so that they are having greater success. So that is definitely something about our coach approach that could be helpful to her.
The other thing, Barbara, to think about, right, is what makes this approach different. The first piece that comes to mind is it's about seeing your leadership from the perception of the people that you work with.
Yeah, for sure.
And then it's about focusing more on feed forward. In other words, we aren't rehashing what happened 6 months ago. Rather, we're looking for positive input for how to improve the next time. And finally, measurable results, right? It starts with the leadership team measurably improving in the eyes of the people that matter most. And I think that these three differentiators together create that lasting change that we're after.
Definitely, the togetherness is key. And so when we think about this approach, this kind of coach approach, it's simple, Deanna, but it's not easy. And so those three magic languages that we just said, courage, humility, and discipline, all together with that helping them to be as, quite frankly, vulnerable. It's a vulnerability for that leader to bring in those perspectives of other people. And this can work with a team, and it also can work with individual leaders. So it's really exciting to be able to look at this as a possible way, coach approach to help that leader, Frank.
Let me add to that, Barbara. To me, there's three words that come to mind when you adopt stakeholder-centered coaching: growth, change, and impact. We'd love to partner with you to help create a better future through better leadership.